Welcome to Her Brains, His Looks Real Estate and Lifestyle podcast. It's hosted by two of the smartest and most attractive realtors in the business, well, according to their mothers. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the brains of the operation, Erika Portanova-Songer, and the looks, George E. O'Connell.
Well, I guess we're a little late this week.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. We're human.
We ran into should be a national holiday. Unfortunately, this year was a little less celebrated.
Yes. And that holiday that George is referring to, of course, is St. Patrick's Day. And George O'Connell, of course, that's his, mothership calling him. So,
Mothership.
It's
Wouldn't it be motherland?
motherland.
What am I?
In your case,
alien?
maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
So
where are we? What are we doing?
Oh, yes. Okay. So we're here. Hello. Welcome, Her Brains, His Looks. And I am, of course, Her Brains, Erika Portanova-Songer. And you are?
His Looks, George E. O'Connell. And we're happy to be here. All you folks out there, a very interesting week and a half.
Yeah, it's a rough week out there for everybody. I think everyone's schedules are disrupted. The flow of our work is disrupted, certainly. And
yeah, we'll get to that part a little later.
Yeah.
And how real estate realtors are handling this new situation, this pandemic.
As they're calling it the new norm.
The
right?
new norm.
New norm.
Yeah. And that's our new norm. We're
Yeah.
in the main conference room today.
Yes. Oh, yes, we are. So we changed. Not only we changed locations within our office, we're in the large, lovely conference room here on Harbor Road here in Southport.
Right there behind me.
Yeah, right there behind you, Pequot Yacht Club, beautiful views. But we had a little technical location difficulty with yesterday, so we are a day behind. No big deal.
The internet was down at our remote location.
We were trying to remote, that didn't work, but we're still gonna try that again, I think. So, but we are back on track, and we, despite everything going on in the world, we will continue our weekly podcasts. As usually, scheduled planned Tuesdays at 7:00.
Tuesdays at 7,
Yep.
absolutely. And maybe we'll get to stay in this fancy conference room.
Maybe I kind of like it, I like the windows. So
I'm looking at you, so you
me.
get the windows.
Yeah. I thought you meant.
Well, I do have a mirror across.
And you do have, hello.
Yeah, you.
Got my hair done.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Your hair done did.
Not that that you didn't even notice. But anyway, so we are full-time realtors here with William Pitt Sotheby's in Southport. We work in all of Connecticut, primarily Fairfield and New Haven counties, but hell, we'll do anything. So ask us.
Ask us, we'll do anything.
Pretty much. This week we're going to feature Shelton, talk about the
City
City of Shelton.
We've already discussed the difference between a town and a city.
Yes, we have, and I always mess it
How
up.
their
but-
charters, size,
Yep.
what they offer as far as programs and stuff.
And of course, George is my fact checker. He always fact checks to see if it's town or city.
Because you had town of Shelton
Because I have it
on our
wrong
slides.
pretty much every time.
Yes.
So that's why we're a team. Okay.
So what are we going on in Shelton? We're going to give a little preview of the town before we get into our real estate stats.
Yep.
And we'll jump in there.
We are going to jump in there. So I like to always start with Stump George.
We're jumping
We're
right
jumping
into
right
that.
in. I think.
Okay.
Well, it's Shelton related. Let's be clear. We're on point here. So.
Wiffle ball.
Damn it. How
Was
did
it
you know?
really?
Yeah, of course it was. Ah. Okay,
That's
my question.
one of the easiest ones.
Well, I was trying to be gentle and kind. It's been a rough week, you know.
I knew it was going to be wiffle ball, and I don't even see
Damn
your
you.
notes.
Okay, so for the rest of the world, my question for George would have been, George, which very well-known sports equipment was originated and created in Shelton, Connecticut? And he would have answered, I'm not really sure. And you would have said,
No, I wouldn't have
I know,
answered that.
you would have known.
Yeah, I drive by it all the time.
Oh, for the love of God. All right, well, that was my one Stump George question.
Stump George.
All right, I'll do better next time. I'll make it. I was
Okay.
being nice to you this time and forget that,
All
I
right,
guess.
you owe me a sushi roll.
Oh, done. Yum at Nordic Fish.
Fish.
Okay, so this week we have a lot of things going on as far as in general in the area. Obviously, a lot of local food pantries are doing food drives because of the virus situation. One in particular, one of our fellow realtors, Helene Daly out of Berkshire here in Fairfield, is with some other people, is heading up a food drive on March 22nd, this Sunday, 10 to 12, in the parking lot of First Church Congregational at 148 Beach Road. So within
Beach Road, Fairfield.
Oh, sorry. Yep, 148 Beach Road, Fairfield.
Okay.
Again, Sunday, 10 to 12, and keeping within the parameters of safety and health awareness. They're asking that you stay in the cars, and they will come get you from the car. So do not leave your car. But of course,
And non-perishable.
non-perishables, diapers, formula. I mean, those are big, and obviously toiletries.
I'm
But
trying to think where. Oh, on Beach Road.
On Beach-
yes.
where we have our continuing ed classes.
Yep.
So, but that is one of what I think are probably many food drives in the area. But that's one that's specific that I'm aware of.
And one that we didn't list here, but they need blood. So if you are feeling well and healthy, it's very important that you donate blood. So reach out. It's redcross.org, I'd imagine.
Yep.
But there's a huge deficiency that they're going to be projecting for blood.
Oh boy. Okay. Scary. Okay. So that's sort of the serious stuff, if you will. So we're going to move on.
It's not
So
that high, I mean,
on that note, we're going to move on to something more fun to talk about.
like corset factories.
Oh yeah. I like that one.
Okay.
Let me start my earlier point though. Indian Wells State Park. So Shelton is part of what we call the Valley. The Valley consists of Shelton, Ansonia, Derby, Seymour, Naugatuck. I think I've gotten it all. Maybe Beacon Falls.
Well, how some refer to other towns. I was up in Seymour. They're like, yeah, it might be considered the valley, but we don't consider Naugatuck a part of the valley.
Oh, that's interesting.
So there's
really?
some rivalries going on up
Oh,
there.
I guess all about perception.
Well, it's like the all-American city is grouped by the valley.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well,
Yeah, little jokes that they cut on each other's towns
I'd probably say the wrong thing and offend somebody. 'Cause
or
that's,
cities and towns.
all right, so Indian Wells State Park is a pretty popular park out in Shelton. They do a lot of hiking there, something to check out. I think it's on Howe Ave or Route 110, that main drag that goes from Shelton up to Monroe. But what we were going to focus on, not hiking, but the former Birmingham Corset Factory, which is on Canal Street.
Okay.
These were all so that area of Shelton, the Shelton Derby side, were all old factories. Beautiful, beautiful brick buildings.
Along the river.
Yep, along the river.
Yep.
Canal Street is a name street that I have in mind, but the other streets, I forget the other street names, but all along the river. And of course, they were vacant for a very long time. So a developer came in about 2014, 2013 maybe, and renovated this particular one. Again, the former Birmingham Corset Factory, and created 47 loft style condos.
Kind of like the ones in downtown Bridgeport, the old Warnaco.
Exactly. Yep. So I've seen a few of them. I showed them to some clients. They're beautiful. Again, you have the old exposed brick, which I think is just beautiful. They're high ceilings because naturally that's the way the building's built.
It's like 12, 15-foot ceilings, right?
Yeah. Oh, they're huge. Yeah. And I've seen the one bedrooms. I've seen the studios. There's 2 bedrooms. A 2-bedroom goes for roughly $1,700. Don't quote me, but that's roughly the rate now. They have parking available. They have some common areas. They have a fitness area. So it's nice to see the old become the new.
Well, it's kind of nifty that they're taking over. Well, actually adding to the tax rolls, but I'm sure they get some tax incentives for the developers, which is well earned or
absolutely
well deserved, I should say.
And housing is always a need, especially the housing that's a little bit smaller, that scales to, because those are for purchase and for rent. So let's say you're downsizing, you're empty nester, you only need a little bit of space, and it's a nice stuff.
Yeah, the ones over in Bridgeport. They're condos, but the vast majority of them are rented out.
Right.
Yep.
So it's always different options out there, which is great. And of course, if you're exploring options, who do you call? You call me, you call George, you call us. We as realtors would help you. That's our job.
Call me first.
Well, you call George first. It's fine. You can check with me later if you'd like. Okay.
So I guess we'll jump right into the stats. We got a few cool things after the stats to keep your family, your kids busy, but let's crunch numbers.
Okay, so numbers, here we go. We always talk about the last 2 years. We always focus on single family homes just to keep it not muddied with the condos because frankly it gets confusing with the stats. So
well, and it really dissolves, dissolution. It brings down.
It does. He does.
You're supposed to help me with that word. I was
thinking of the word too. Oh, I like that word though. It's not dissolve. It's like I like the word muddy, but that doesn't make sense either.
Muddy. We'll get there.
See, George and I do a word of the day. Oh, I have a word from today from my walk with Bob. Feign.
Vein?
Feign. Feign. You feign an existence. You fake it. Oh my God, I'm going to use that all day long now. I love that word.
Let's
Okay, moving on. Number of closed single-family sales in Shelton in 2018, 416 homes closed. The next year, 2019, 448 homes closed. Slide.
You also have to advance.
Got the slide. I got it. Okay. So neighborhoods, we talk every week. We say every town has different neighborhoods. Neighborhoods drive the different values. So Shelton doesn't have a large number of neighborhoods like we've seen in comparison, for example, in Fairfield. And so the main neighborhoods are Huntington, White Hills, Shelton Center, and Trap Falls. So here you can see the differences of the sales of neighborhoods.
Huntington, the first one is non-applicable,
right?
Which means it doesn't fit in one of those other neighborhoods,
right? Or it wasn't properly described, frankly, when it was
by the listing
details.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help us at all. But
Huntington crushes it with 172. You have White Hills coming in next with 47 closed. This is 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Shelton Center coming in with 17, and then Trap Falls with 5 homes closed in 2019. Next, we go over to the average sales price of single-family homes. The good thing here is we're going up in Shelton.
Yes.
2018, 2019.
We always like to see the numbers going up. It helps us reflect in our economy here and our
this is,
growth.
You saw it in the number of closings. You saw it in back in, the neighborhoods and how significant they went up, which is, of course, attributed to the closing sales. But the average sales price here went from 347,000 to 361,000.
Yep, nice jump.
Yeah, nice jump. 14,000 in 2019.
And remember the difference in number of houses that closed. We had 416 closed in 2018 and 448 closed in 2019. Average days on market also went up a little bit, but that would make sense because there was more inventory. Remember, that goes hand in hand, right? So more inventory, a little bit longer to sell, less inventory, it'll fly off the market. Well, in theory, fly. Yeah. We had 67 days on market in 2018, and it went up just slightly to 71 days on market in 2019.
Yeah, compared to everything, but Easton, which we talked about a few episodes ago, those take a little bit longer to trade. But you're averaging right there at the 2 months.
Okay. Total dollar volume of sales is always a good number because it's a big number. We like big. 2018, we had the total dollar volume of sales in that year was $144,238,000. And 2019, we had $161,833,000.
That's pretty significant.
Pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All
Considering their average price point is a little more reasonable.
Oh, interesting. The beautiful picture you did doesn't come translate.
You just have to hit the button again.
I did. Oh,
voila!
Wow, look at that. So George did the slides this week. He was helpful. I had a little bit of I wasn't able to get them done.
An issue.
Whatever. I had some things going on, and so George, you get fancy on me, and then I'm not trying to work the equipment.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that transition, to be honest.
Well, it was very impressive. Yeah. I'm impressed.
Came in from the left, swept it. Anyways, 2018, 2019, they stayed steady at 97%. That was 97% that they got over the last listing price.
Right. So when sellers ask you, what do you think I'm going to get for my house? You're going to probably get 97% of what you're asking, because statistically it's what shows us that's what happens. Okay, currently what's going on in the city of Shelton. That's a town. Currently we have 68 homes active. That means they are 100% for sale. And the average price of these houses are $478,000. 33 homes that are currently under deposit, which means they have a fully executed contract. And that average listing price of those homes, $377,400. And show status, which means there's an accepted and signed offer, but they still have yet to do the inspections and still waiting for the mortgage. And you have 37 homes that have an accepted offer, and the average listing price of those homes, $380,000.
So they're going to have 26 million, assuming all of them close between deposit and show, hit the books in the next month or two.
Yep, and that will kind of come to play in what we're going to talk about in a few slides, but sort of the flow of how work is going, how real estate is going with this virus and the situation we're in economically. So we'll hold that thought. We'll touch on that in a few
I'm
seconds.
very, very intrigued what's going to happen over the next 3 slides.
Yeah. Oh, you mean of how I do it?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why you make me do this one. Okay. So
Because I enjoy it.
yeah, I know. So George has challenged me because George took over the slides this week. He challenged me not only with this one slide, but he also did 2 other additional slides of comparing the month of February of 2020 with last February of 2019. So closed sales by last February of 2019, we had 55 homes that closed. This February in Shelton, we had 46 homes that closed. Median sale price, $327,000 in 2018. And when it did go up to $338,500 in this year of 2020 in February. So we have seen an increase in sale price, less number of sales, and that also actually an increase in median sale price, but a decrease in average sale price. So average sale price last year by this time was $355,300. This year, this time of year, $348,800. So we went down in sale price, in average sale price.
Yeah, 1.8%.
Yeah,
but
we
it
love the
stayed
average
pretty
and the
steady
median.
as compared year to date through 2018.
So again,
Or 2019, sorry.
right. And I knew we were talking about. And the goal, of
got
course, is continuity. We want to see consistent. We want to see, of course, increases, but consistent is also a very good thing too. So we also took it to another level in comparing the entire Fairfield County versus just focusing on the town of Fairfield. So
Town of Shelton.
Oh God, town of Shelton. Sorry.
City of Shelton.
City of Shelton.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, year to date. Don't forget, stay right.
Yes.
Stay
Yeah.
right.
Got it. Year to date. Last year, we were 895 closed homes. This year, we're 982 closed homes. So more houses sold. That's
Almost
great.
up 10%.
Almost 100. Yeah.
I mean, 10%. That's a big number.
Median sale price last year, $420,000. This year, $430,000.
How did they round those numbers up? That's remarkable.
I don't know. I'm going to let you figure that out. You
I
like
won't
the
figure
data.
it out, but
Average sale price last year, $580,900. This year, $637,000, almost $700. So
yeah. So overall in Fairfield County, as a whole, they went up 10% in average price.
yeah, which is great.
That beats the stock market,
Yep.
especially here and nowadays.
Yep. Good or bad politically, it's not a bad thing.
Well, because we also represent New Haven, well, all of Connecticut,
Right.
but our focus is in Fairfield County. We also took a look at New Haven County. We also, in New Haven County, year to date, 901 in 2019, over 1,004 in 2020. So that's 11.4%.
No, that's pending sales.
Oh, pending. Oh, you got me on that one. Pending sales.
We're off our game today.
Yeah,
It's all right.
We're a little
We're
distracted.
human. No worries. Okay, go ahead.
Pending sales went up 11.4%.
Yeah. So it's closed sales.
Closed sales, you can go ahead.
Yep. 861 homes closed in New Haven County last year this time. And this year, 885 homes closed in New Haven County. So an increase. And median sale price. Now remember, it's New Haven County, so different. The price point will be different versus Fairfield. 205,500.
Yep.
And this year, 222,500, went up a little bit. Average sale price went up as well, 248,300 last year. This year, 200 almost 56,000. So a slight increase in New Haven County. And again, the average prices are going to be different. So bear that in mind.
Yeah, it tells
And
you
appropriate.
yeah, it tells you the premium really that Fairfield County has on their real estate as compared to New Haven County.
Right. And remember, it's neither good or bad, nor is it our judgment to make. It's about lifestyle. So you choose to spend more money, you're going to be further south. You choose to spend less money, or you have a need to not have to be a commuter to the city. You give all these choices dictated by price point. So
yeah, absolutely. Yep. And we're surrounded. I mean, there is definitely coastline up there. Don't get me wrong, but there's a ton of properties that are off the coastline.
A lot of diversity in the price points, which I think a lot to offer, which is nice. Okay. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah. So we picked the highest priced home currently for sale in Shelton. It is 22 Red Fern Ridge. It's going for 1.1 million. It has an approximately total square footage of 6,042.51 above ground, and they have a finished basement coming in at 1749.
About 6,000 square feet, right?
6,000, yep. 4 bedrooms, 4 full baths, 2 halves. As you can see in the picture from our slideshow, or if you're listening through our audio podcast, you can click on our Google Slides link. That'll be in the show notes. But amazing outdoor entertainment space, pool space. It's a pretty grand property, 6,000 square feet for 1.1. This thing was down here in Fairfield. I couldn't even imagine what the price point would be.
And it's just shy of an acre. So you have the property, you have the house. A lot of times you get the size house down further south and you don't get the property though. So that's something to say for that too. Shelton has the property sizes, which is great.
Sure.
Okay.
Which leads us into our industry focus. We felt the need to talk about, and it's pretty important how us realtors are going to focus and help the community get through this COVID-19 coronavirus. And we thought we'd hit a couple of points and show you what we in the industry are doing to keep everyone safe, what our company is providing us specifically here at William Pitt Sotheby's so we can do our job.
Right. So every company, as I'm sure, is sharing protocols probably on a daily basis as this crisis is evolving, quite rapidly. So as realtors in general, of course, we're being told, we do all try to continue our job, but there's no doubt there'll be some interruption or some stall patterns. So while we do continue working the best we can, things like if we were to do open houses, we have currently suspended them for this weekend. And I'm not sure what the future will be, but
why don't you go in line? Their numbers.
I don't know, because I was just, okay, fine. Our company-wide office policy for our agents is such as when we come into the office, there's literally like a stand of Purell and sanitizers and wipes. So you have to immediately disinfect yourself when you come in. And then, we are encouraged to work from home. So if you do need to come to the office, sort of work and get out of there. Grab your files and leave.
We still can schedule appointments for clients to come in.
Of course.
But
we can
there's protocols when people enter our space or into our office on, not only what we do, what they have to do, and what happens after we leave.
Right. So both ourselves who work here, and of course our clients that come in will be asked to clean their hands. And of course, if you're sick, we ask you not to come in. And then when you leave, the same thing. What will happen is the management here will clean up anything we sort of touched, if you will, the door handles, bathroom, whatever it is. So
coffee machine,
no, but things like that. So they're doing a really good job here in the office. And I know it's company-wide policy, and I'm sure a lot of the other real estate companies are following suit. Because we're so technically advanced and we have such great resources, we have a lot of opportunity to do a lot of things online. They're really, we can really avoid a lot of face-to-face interaction just for now. We can do listing presentations, via Zoom. We can do it on FaceTime. There's a lot of ways to do things.
Yeah, the company provides a Zoom, but whatever's easiest for our client, we think Zoom is one of the best platforms out there. There's screen sharing opportunities, so you can do virtual presentations of the listing presentation. And then we have, the e-signing, which for us is .loop.
Right. Everything can be signed digitally. Nothing needs to be signed in person. So again, that eliminates one more opportunity for interaction. So again, keeping us safer and healthier.
Okay. And on our listings that we have through our office, there's things as talking with our sellers, making sure they're prepping their home for visitors,
and
disinfecting.
And really asking what they're comfortable with. So one of our colleagues in our office, Judy Mitchell, just listed a house yesterday in Trumbull, or 2 days ago, and by the way, has multiple offers. Congrats, Judy. So I asked her, I said, I'm just curious, what did you do? And she said in this particular case, her seller chose to take the lead on it and provided the Purell to the guests, and with a note, please, put on the shoe covers, please Purell your hands as you walk in. And the understanding was between Judy and the sellers was when after showings, the sellers would want to and would clean off all countertops and whatnot, because to keep themselves safe. But they were that was their choice. They were comfortable with this, and as a result, they did get their house sold quickly, which is great. But we want the owners to feel comfortable too. We want you to understand that we are here to get through this process together and to make sure that you're feeling like you're safe and healthy throughout the process.
Absolutely. Yeah. Safe, healthy, and, you're able to have people into your home if you do have concerns.
Right. And then when we take buyers out,
If we
sorry,
take buyers.
oh my God.
Wow, I'm not sure what happened there.
Nope,
But anyways,
that was
when
me.
we take buyers out, I think she's pointing at my shoulder.
Oh,
We take separate cars is advised. Obviously, sanitize before and after. The use of gloves is an option.
yep. We have a lot of gloves. We have disposable gloves here at the office to take and provide to our clients. So it's just, it's again using all the
Common sense.
common sense,
Don't-
6 foot distancing, and
No,
we didn't
no.
measure. Are we 6 feet?
What is this,
Oh, I think
5
we're
and a
like-
half.
Oh God.
But
okay.
no touching surfaces,
Yeah.
which is a big one. Once you're walking around the
Yeah.
house, the showing agent, us, could open things for them, close things for them.
Yep.
The seller, part of the one above, is opening doors for you, so you don't have to open doors or opening
Right.
closet space and then kind of that stuff.
Trying to make the process as smooth as we can and comfortable for everybody.
Yeah, Erika already touched on this. The open houses, we in our office have suspended them through this weekend only so far.
But stay tuned on that.
stay
We'll
tuned.
see what happens, and that's again discretionary too. It's up to the
Discretionary.
owner.
Yep.
If the owner were to want an open house, he or she would sign a document.
Yep.
Just making sure that they understood and are okay with people coming through.
And the
And
reason for that being is the availability of sanitizer,
Right.
wipes, and disinfectant.
Right.
A lot of owners aren't able to find these things. The ones that we have with us, we're able to bring with us, or we're able to prep the house for the seller. But honestly, it's coming down to
The shortage.
what's on supply right
Yeah.
now.
yeah, okay. So that's how we're dealing with this, and of course, we will continue to practice these safe measures.
Absolutely. And the mortgage process, I just want to touch on that.
Oh, right.
And the closing process. The mortgage process is moving forward. Things are pressing on. They're coming up with their own protocol.
Yep.
As far as, a lot of that is through eDocs as well. They don't they don't have in place right now any delays, but there is some speculations there might be some delays in appraisals.
Yeah. So that's just simply them getting backed up. There was a little bit of a delay, when everything started. So again, everybody's still continuing the process. We're just asking for patience as every day there's new things evolving. So we are still helping people purchase and sell their homes, just with some moving parts.
Yeah, and finally is the closing process. Same stuff. The lawyers are, because it has to be ink to paper on these documents. And the town halls have been marvelous. I went up to Milford the other day, hadn't had to schedule an appointment. We actually did it on the phone from the parking lot. She asked me what document I needed. I needed an elevation certificate. She's like, stay in your car. I'll look it up. She
Oh, that's
looked it
great.
up and emailed it right to me.
Oh, I don't think I knew you didn't even have to go in.
I had an appointment scheduled,
Huh.
but I called because I didn't have access to the door.
Oh, they had
so
it locked.
she would
Ah.
come out and let me in.
What a
She
great
said,
idea.
just stay in your car, tell me what you need, and we got through it. So town halls have been great. The attorneys will schedule an appointment to file your closing documents.
Yeah. And a lot of the attorney staff, paralegals and whatnot who work from home, manage the files from home. So we are all getting through it. Just be patient.
Next up, we kick into, this was awesome.
This was fun. Yeah.
Awesome day. This was Monday.
Yep.
We went up to visit Hannah Perry at the Giggling Pig in Shelton. Erika warned me that she was quite a energetic, vibrant soul.
Yeah. Bear in mind, this is George's first time there. So, obviously.
it is a kids and
it is
an
for
adult,
children, yes.
an adult art studio.
Well, you and I could do a paint and sip one night.
I couldn't even do anything on our slide. So we met with Hannah Perry, kind of got some background, and most importantly, what she'll be doing to help parents combat keeping their kids busy
Yep.
over this new kind of norm.
New homeschooling norm, right?
So here is our interview with Hannah Perry, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hello, and welcome back to our episode 8 of Her Brains, His Looks, Real Estate and Lifestyle podcast. We are actually on site here at the Giggling Pig here in Shelton at 472 River Road with the amazing owner, talented owner, Miss Hannah, as I like to call her, Hannah Perry. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you for sitting and talking with us. And of course, I have firsthand experience with this place because my daughter's been coming to summer camp here and has had several birthday parties here for years.
Yes.
So do you want to talk a little bit about what you are? Just assume no one here knows anything about you and who you are and where we're at.
Okay, so like you said, I'm Hannah. I'm the owner of the Giggling Pig. We've been open for 9 years now. We started in a little 300 square foot, kind of like a room really, downtown Shelton, but we have grown over the years into a wonderful art studio that has exceeded my expectations for sure. We are a licensed camp. And we do art classes, birthday parties, corporate events, after-school enrichment. We visit hospitals and schools. There's many, many things we do, but it's all art-based.
Kids and adults. You heard
Yes.
corporate events. They do paint and sips. And I personally have been here for Max's 40th birthday party. We painted and decorated Christmas trees, ceramic trees. Those are fun. So that was a lot of fun. So it's nice that you kind of cater to all types of groups of children, and men have come. I think George, maybe we should get him here one day, right?
We do date nights also. So it's a lot
all
of
right.
fun.
We'll do a work date night. We'll bring over some work friends. We'll do a work event here, George. We'll see you painting, how you do on the easel. So I had my daughter actually help me some questions because she has, again, has experienced your camps and parties. And she wanted to know 2 things. One, how do you become such a good painter, Miss Hannah?
Well, I don't consider myself a good painter, but practice. Because even when I started the studio, I really enjoyed drawing. And I just practiced and learned new techniques along the way, kind of like how I've done in business, learn things as I go. And I hired wonderful, talented teachers who have also been an inspiration to me and have taught me and helped me develop my skills. But really, it comes down to practicing.
That sounds like for every particular job, right? Okay, and what inspired you to start the Giggling Pig? Where'd you get the name from? Where was your...
Okay, so what inspired me was really a lack of places to go, really, artistic places to go. And I was a nanny for maybe 15 years, and I specialized working with children with special needs. It was my passion. And I did feel like everywhere we went, we were kind of, not treated so wonderfully. And I wanted to provide a place for everybody where everyone could come and feel accepted and feel safe and not judged, and, where they could make a mess, and for parents to be able to meet each other. So I created this little place, and I wondered, what am I going to call it? And at the time, I had been creating this character, the Giggling Pig, for many years, actually. And I used to sell just greeting cards and prints. And I thought, well, I'll just call it the Giggling Pig because at least it will start a conversation and people will remember the name and they'll think it's funny. So I did that, and it really caught on, and people actually did. They'd stop me and say, because I have my van that's wrapped and it says Giggling Pig all over it. And so people do stop me and ask questions, which is great.
Now, you also wrote some books, right?
Yes.
Was it about, what were the books about?
One of my first books that I ever wrote was not about the Giggling Pig, but the Giggling Pig first book is called Picnics and Puddles. It's about the Giggling Pig and her friends, and it really, the series really teaches children about kindness and acceptance and to follow your dreams, but it teaches them how to be a good friend.
So if somebody wanted to buy these books or find them, could they find them online?
Yes,
or?
They're on Amazon. They're also on the website and in stores.
And if they look for your name, Hannah Perry,
Yes.
they'd find it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so not only are you talented at painting and all things creative, you are also an author, which is pretty cool.
Thank you.
So my daughter's other very important question, Miss Hannah, where do you get your inspiration from for your painting and craft projects?
Wow. Well, I get it from so many different places. Sometimes it could just, I love window shopping. And I love looking around little shops and seeing like maybe little handmade things. And sometimes I might see something that's kind of like a sculpture, but then I think it would look cool as a painting. So there's that kind of way. Also, just from what our customers ask for. So if people are saying to us, we really would love to see some pictures of penguins or pictures of koalas, then we will do research and we will create something. And luckily for me, I've got 15 teachers. So everybody's got a different style and we all come up with great things together.
And all of whom are wonderful because, again,
Yes.
I've worked with them in different ways over the years. So it's interesting when you say these different ideas that you come up with. One thing you've been doing this past really week, I think, are offering art boxes for delivery because of this situation we're all going through with the coronavirus, and most of us are quarantined home with our children from school. You are offering art boxes for $25 a box.
Yes.
And they can choose from online which picture they'd like to emulate. My
Right.
daughter chose the peacock and the flower bouquet. That's this week's selection. We'll see what happens next week. But I think there were like 15 or so pictures to choose from.
We've got literally dozens and dozens and hundreds,
Okay.
but we're just putting
At
up
the
a
moment?
selection at
Yeah.
a time just so that it's not overwhelming.
But it's a great idea. So I know I
Thank you.
personally had purchased 2 for my daughter, but for those that want that, and you guys, you deliver, which is
Yes.
fantastic. So you're limiting the human interaction, sadly,
Yeah.
but necessary right now, and it gives the kids a project to do at home.
It's actually been really fun because first of all, I've got to see dozens of people where all these children live, and
Yeah.
they usually are at the windows, like so excited,
Waiting for you, right?
waving at me through the window. So it's been really fun. And I saw a couple of the boys last night, and they ran to the front door, and their mum was like, "No,
Yeah,
don't
I know.
but it was so cute.
yeah.
They were so excited to see me pull up in the van and drop off their boxes. So
Well, it's so appreciated. Because I know, as just speaking quickly as a parent, we don't have our children watching TV in front of the screen the entire
Right.
days either. I mean, we need to keep them occupied. So it's a great idea. It's a great thing that you're offering. I know you
Thank
also
you.
have donations of these
Yes.
boxes too. I know there's people out there that can't afford it and have some
Right.
insecurities with money and whatnot. So they have reached out to you for other ways. I think you have a donation
Yeah.
option
I
as
was
well.
lucky enough a customer actually called and said she would like to donate one before we were saying it, and we thought, what a great idea. So we put up a link, and before the end of the day, we'd gotten, half a dozen donations.
It's great.
For the first day, that was great. So it's definitely going to make some children really happy and definitely help out.
And you
So-
have a connection. You mentioned there was a person. Where was she from? Oh, the whole.
Hole in the wall
Yeah.
gang. Yes.
So, there are particular programs that you work with. It's not
Yes.
just arbitrary. Okay. So again, for those that are interested in reaching out to you to make donations for those in need, they can go to
Yes.
thegigglingpig.com or reach out to you.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them your number?
Our phone number is
Please.
203-919-1153. Or you can just look on the website, thegigglingpig.com. You'll see a link for art boxes. And on that page, you will see one of the art box options is called donation.
And okay, that's great. So let's take us out of this whole quarantine situation we're in. Let's talk about in general what you offer here.
Right.
I know camps and classes. You want to talk a little bit about the normal variety of things you offer throughout the school year, as well as the summers, and of course the adult programs too.
Yeah. One of our most successful things during the school year would be our after school enrichment programs. There's a lot of kids who need to be in school a little bit longer. So we go out to more than a dozen schools and offer the same classes in studio that we, at the schools. So they do canvas painting, watercolors, drawing. We try and switch it up. And then in studio, one the other popular thing is our birthday parties in the school year. They're a lot of fun. We do slime parties, ceramics, wooden parties, painting on canvas. But those are very, very popular.
What are the ages of the kids that typically you have here? What's your range?
We do piglet classes, and that starts at 2 years
cute.
old. It's really, really cute. It's just a couple of hours long, but it's educational, and they're learning a different letter each week around art projects. And then there's Mummy and Me classes for the even younger if they want, and then We have our art classes start at 4 years and up to 16.
So 4 to 16 years old.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the adult classes. So really, we cover the whole spectrum,
Yeah.
and it's wonderful.
Now, you mentioned you used to do a lot of work with special needs
Yes.
children. Do you have any specialized classes that you offer here for that, or how do you
We
deal with
visit
that?
places, and we also sometimes offer a class here called Special Hands, and we cater it to each person's individual needs.
Wonderful.
But that's something I'm really passionate about. So we make sure that we're always reaching out to different groups.
Well, I know when my daughter's been at camp here, I've seen some students, if you will, who had special needs. I think you mainstream a lot of them here
Yes.
too with the camps and the classes.
Yeah, I think that's really
Which is
important.
very important. Yeah, it's nice.
There's no reason why they shouldn't be here, and we make sure that the children have an understanding. So we have children who are autistic or children that might not like certain sounds, but it's really good for the kids to understand that not everybody's the same, and that it helps them to be more compassionate. If we isolate people, it's a disaster.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I
yeah.
think it's a great perspective for a lot of things in life, but we can't solve all of life's problems right now. But thank you so much for
It's a
taking the time
pleasure.
to talk with us. And again, we're featuring you and the Giggling Pig on our
Thank you.
our go-to two for our Shelton feature this week. And so thank you very much, Miss
It's an
Hannah
absolute
Perry.
pleasure.
Thank
you for coming in.
Boy, do I enjoy her. She is just a smile through her voice.
Yeah, she's lovely and she's great, very talented, and
we're going to take her up on her offer for an adult beverage.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let her buy.
We'll let her buy.
Thanks, Hannah.
Thanks, Anna. That was a great interview.
Yeah.
It's, things to consider when to keep your kids busy during these times. I mean, the art box, I don't know how long it keeps or kept your kid busy or
Well, since I went to, it's a great question because I went to work. So I was like, see ya. I have no idea, but I did come home to a fabulously produced peacock.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really well done. So, but I bet it's a couple. I don't know the answer.
And her go time on Facebook Live daily is 11 o'clock in the morning?
Yep, 11 a.m. every day. And we found out the trick. If you can't keep up with her pace, which is, if you're not, it's okay. You can just look at it right afterwards. And then this way you can watch it and pause and watch it and pause as you do the
Well, like our
parts of it.
podcast,
Yeah.
It's recorded.
Yeah.
And you can watch it live.
Right. Or watch it recorded after and then
go
set your
back
pace.
Set your pace.
Yeah. So my daughter so far has done with colored pencils. You can use any medium, pencils, markers, paint, or whatever. But she did foxes and she did a red cardinal. So I don't know what today will be.
And the peacock.
Well, the peacock was the art box.
Oh,
that was a
okay.
specialized art box canvas with paint. A whole different thing. So
Oh, geez, sorry.
so many varieties. Okay. So
My
moving on.
50th birthday is coming up, just so you know.
Oh, we know. Everybody knows when his birthday is. Oh, everyone know. Wait, does everyone know when your birthday is?
It's July. It's
Bastille,
not coming up.
Bastille Day. Hello.
Okay.
July 14th. Everyone knows that.
So instead of doing a restaurant.
Wait, why did your 50th birthday come up? Oh, we're going to do a paint and sip party there?
Yes.
Oh, I got it. Okay, great. That'll be fun. We'll celebrate your birthday at the Giggling Pig.
Paint and Heineken Zero.
I love it. All right. Diet Coke for me.
Please.
Hey, listen,
You're not fooling me.
All right.
So anyways, our other part, we normally do a restaurant. We do these boutique stores, art stores, kid stores. But we decided to keep the flow going with keeping your family, your kids busy during these times. And we came up with something you should really check out, what Google has put together. It's always kind of been there, but a lot of these museums around the world, there's like 12,000 museums that are going to eventually be on this or have virtual tours up in the next few months, depending on how this goes. So check out the website. It's artsandculture.google.com. There's 360 videos there. You can walk the streets of Paris.
That's awesome.
And then they have the cameras on, obviously, all the works of the people who paint and do art.
Artists. I see homeschooling projects all day long with this. Go research Paris and report back to me.
But something I wasn't able to add to the slide before our show, I was researching right before the show. There is something I found, and you have to check this out. It's BroadwayHD.com.
Oh,
So you can watch Broadway shows at home.
no way.
Yep.
Like just now though. Just
Yeah, I mean
Temporary.
they're recorded shows.
right. Okay. Oh, right. But just during during this time frame.
Well,
we're
right
dealing
now
with.
they're
Okay.
offering a 7-day free trial,
Oh, that's great.
but then it goes to $9 a month.
Oh, that's awesome.
So definitely check that out. BroadwayHD.com. There's plenty of shows on there depending on your taste. There's some for all
Right.
age groups.
What would you pick if you had to pick a show right now? Broadway show.
I haven't seen Hamilton,
I haven't
and
either.
I want to see that.
I want to see Hamilton too.
Yeah. There's a few I'd like to
Okay.
see. So that's another resource to keep yourself and your family busy.
Okay. I like it.
All right.
All right, moving on. This is coming soon, our Inside the Deal live call-in show. We'll just let you know what's to come on because we're not quite sure now when we're going to do that. It is coming.
It
It
is.
just might be a little bit later than
a
we
little
thought.
bit later.
All right, moving on. And of course, our contact information, should you need and want to speak to us in person, live, on the phone, whatever. If you need real estate advice, if you have a real estate need or just want to have a conversation, call myself, call George. We are here. We are full-time realtors working in all of Connecticut, and this is what we do all day long.
And always, as a resource, check out, and the way to get a hold of our episodes and our slideshow, check out our webpage at herbrainshislooks.com. You'll see all the links for the episodes on YouTube. You can check out our Facebook page as well. I'm George E. O'Connell, The Looks. Sorry, I wasn't very...
I think you were good.
I don't know.
You know what I think is nice, and I like to think that you all think this too. We're human. We're genuine.
Yeah,
We can't be 100% perfect every time. I mean, we're like 95% today.
I'm
but
a little scatterbrained today. I don't know what. Maybe it's just the new conference room. I'm not sure.
you know, maybe that's what it is. All right. So I am I am Erika Portanova Songer, the brains.
That's the one on the right side.
Yep, that'd be the brains of the operation. So thank you very much for watching, for participating. And we will see you next week, Tuesday at 7:00, unless otherwise dictated
Dictated by
by
the powers
whomever.
that be.
Yeah.
Keep the faith, stay healthy, wash your hands, stay 6 feet apart.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.